All right, time to add some evidence to this body paragraph here. So I went in and I opened the PDF in the Google Classroom. So if you click on the PDF, you should be able to access anything you want. Specifically, this part I want is on page 126. And the part I want is useless, fighting is no good. I'm going to copy that, it's right here. Johnny says it. So I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to Control Shift V because that'll match my destination location. And I want to include some additional information here. So those of you who've done this part of No Red Ink, you should be like, oh yeah, listener, plot queue, and speaker. So I'm going to go with after the rumble, Pony and Dallas visited Johnny in the hospital to tell him about fight. I was going to say rumble again, but that's too repetitive. But Johnny doesn't react with approval and tells them being Pony and Dallas, useless, fighting's no good, and then I need the citation. So I'm deleting that extra period there because that period belongs at the end of the sentence. I can actually delete all the periods here and just end the quote there. I don't need the extra ellipsis at the end. You generally don't need the ellipsis at the beginning either. But what I need is Hinton and then page 126 because that's where I got it. Note that there's a space here between the parenthesis and the end of the quote. There's a space here between the author's name and the page number. There's no comma. There's no space between the close of the parenthesis and the period. Period goes to the end of the sentence, which is after the citation. The citation is part of this sentence. I'm using a colon to indicate what was said here. If you haven't done that part of No Red Ink, you'll get there. When to use comma, when to use a comma, when to use a colon, and when to use nothing. Most of the time, you're going to use a colon or a comma to introduce a quote. Note that I have my speaker right here, Johnny, and then them is my listener. My plot cue is this whole bit up here. So I've done a pretty good job on that. Now I'm going to go ahead and highlight my evidence in blue. That's my preferred color for evidence, is I like blue for my evidence. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight my claims in yellow. I like yellow for my claims. So I'm going to highlight this claim down here because it's a restatement of my thesis. That's in yellow. So hopefully you guys have that. If you haven't, get caught up and go ahead and put in the highlighting. Yellow for claims and blue for evidence. If for whatever reason you don't like my shade of blue, it's too bright for you or something, feel free to, vary a little bit on that.